I'm Alan Weiss, and this is the writing on the wall. Welcome back to Writing on the Wall. I want to talk today about real change. Real change. And I want to talk about the school system because I'm going to quote, unlikely as it is for me, I'm going to quote Bill Clinton or paraphrase him because it's the schools, stupid. That's our problem. We have a lot of problems, but we need to start with the schools. We need everyone to have a quality education. Otherwise, we create problems for society, the economy, relationships, everything forever and after. And that means the funding has to change. I don't know what it's like in your state, but in most states, including here in Rhode Island and New Jersey, from whence we come, schools are funded by local property tax. So in an affluent community, the funding's pretty high because the taxes are high and people can afford to pay them. In the inner city, not so much. There's a lot of poverty. Property taxes are not as high. There are fewer taxes, and consequently, there are less resources for the schools. And so here in Rhode Island, we ought to pool the taxes for the entire state and allocate them proportionally, not proportionally to education needs so much as proportionally to student needs. Not according to each town getting a given percentage, but according to which students need the most help. That's how we have to fund the schools. We need common high quality. We need to be totally inclusive at all levels. And so we need an equal starting point and an equal playing field for all students. They should all have excellent teachers. They should all have excellent resources. And we can probably not get to perfection, but we can get to better than it is by pooling funding by state or even region. We need to evaluate our teachers. We need to reward the best teachers better. And we need to get rid of the ones who aren't any good instead of putting them in rooms and paying them, but hiding them so they can't harm students anymore. People talk about the police power, the police union power. They say the police unions have too much power. The real dysfunctional power is with teachers' unions. I've spoken about this here before. But the teachers' unions will not allow initiatives for students. They won't allow change. When Rhode Island, and I assume elsewhere, went to online learning because of the pandemic, they wanted to argue about more pay for teachers instead of coming up with initiatives to make online learning work better. And don't forget, as far as the union's concerned, when teachers over the last year or two went on spontaneous strikes in the streets, many of them on food stamps, they were paid so little, these were formed by teachers getting together and getting public opinion behind them, not by union bargaining. Fewer administrators, fewer guidance counselors, fewer teachers going into administration to make more money. Get in the classrooms and teach students. Stop calling yourself educators, call yourself teachers. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a proud profession, or at least it should be. I dealt with one person in my community who told me she was an educationist. I have no idea what that means. I know it doesn't mean anything in terms of helping students. We need options and vouchers for charter schools. We need to allow parents to make decisions about where they want to send their kids. We need parent participation. We can't hold open houses when parents are working. When I was in school, the open house where you went in and talked to the teacher about your kid's performance was in the evening. And back then, it was really just one parent working. Today, both parents are working, or there's a one-parent family. Hold the meeting when people can meet. Teachers don't want to come in one evening? Pay them. We don't need cops with guns and handcuffs walking school corridors. I've seen too many videos of officers getting into scuffles with students where even if the student was causing trouble, the reaction was way over the top. And I think having armed people walk around schools does not give a sense of safety. It gives a sense of threat. We need to deal harshly, therefore, with discipline problems. We need to get discipline problems out of the classroom. We need to stop mainstreaming students who are disruptive. I was in a classroom with a student with Tourette's syndrome. Nice kid, explained the problem, but the class probably operated at about 30% of where it could because of constant outbursts, constant disruptions that the kid couldn't help. The kid didn't belong there. We can't have classrooms with 5 kids with such severe learning disabilities. They each have to have an assistant by them. It disrupts learning. And finally, we have to stop warehousing kids. We put kids in these big schools. We put them in a grade according to age, not accomplishment. not according to learning, just according to chronology. I understand socialization. I'm not sure it works very well in schools, but I'll tell you this. We ought to allow kids to proceed educationally at their own pace and not warehouse them in third grade and fourth grade and fifth grade and cause them the embarrassment of being left back or lowering standards and so everybody gets promoted. It's the schools, stupid, and it's the funding of the schools. And until we address that, good luck with social problems.